Well, Mark, I was smiling at a lot of what you said because I couldn't agree more. I'm asked all the time, is online education good? And my response is always, that's like asking, is transportation fast? It kind of depends if you're on a donkey or a
Yeah.
plane, right? People didn't experience the kind of great online education that you've built at Western Governors or that I see at Stride, which is one of the largest online K-12 networks. So absolutely, you need to be, when you look at online education, you need to look at the right way to do it. I think you're very optimistic that this reboot we need to do will be successful. I think it's going to be, it'll be quite a challenge, because I think we need to rethink every piece of it, because you're right, we're educating now on a foundation that's hundreds of years old, and we need to build it with today's students and today's technologies, and it's a lot of work to get done.
And the forces of reactionary traditionalism are mighty.
Oh my, turn on the news any day.
So, Rob, one other question comes to my mind is, in this transformation, OPMs, the online program managers, you know that word intimately well. I mean, what's your thought around the role of OPMs or other partners that are working with universities to kind of design online programs?
My reaction when I'm talking about OPMs is not a lot different than when I think about companies like yours, like Yellowdig. Everything had to be local. Your classroom 10 years ago was as good as the teacher standing in front of it. And now with the strength of SaaS and the ability for people to specialize, you can come up with a tool that's going to create an experiential learning environment and put it in every classroom in the country. That's what OPMs do, right? They, instead of each school trying to solve the problems of building online interaction, online marketing, online support, you can have a company like 2U, and clearly we're not the only one out there, but a company like 2U specialize in these tools and then roll them out over 50 or 100 or 200 universities. And that's really the advantage that technology brings today. You can come up and become great at a piece of this, and each school can use a best of breed solution as opposed to try to build their own, which by the nature of the resources and the time is not going to be good as something that's built and deployed over 100 or 200 different schools. So I think OPMs are successful, like Yellowdig will be successful, like Western Governors and Stride are successful, because you can deploy these solutions so broadly, and they have advantage over one school or one teacher trying to build their own solution. Now, it doesn't mean individual teachers can't add to what we know. We need to understand how our tools are being used in the classroom. We need to learn every day. But an example from another company I work with, Trilogy Education, they would teach the same curriculum in 100 different classrooms, and they cared about each student and each teacher, but each teacher would contribute to their knowledge about the course, and then they'd be able to improve it based on what they were seeing in 100 different classrooms. So I care about the teacher, and I care about the student, and I care about their feedback. But if you can get feedback from thousands of students and hundreds of teachers, and then deploy based on what you've learned across the entire solution, you can improve education more quickly.